All right, the crypto craze is still on, but there are a lot of people trying to stall it or stop it. We've told you a lot about what the SEC wants to do, that this is the Wild West, doesn't really appreciate the Wild West nature of these sort of rogue investments here. Now a number of senators are also beginning to indicate they feel the same way. Charlie Gasparino has been way ahead of this story. Charlie, what's going on now?
It's kind of a mess here, and you just got to kind of take it piecemeal. At some point, you hope that there's something called the President's Working Group. It's the SEC, the CFTC, and the Treasury Department kind of put all their heads together and regulate crypto as one entity instead of all this piecemeal stuff, because it's clearly, if you think crypto has a future, if you think the infrastructure of crypto, which is the blockchain technology, is something that can be used, and I tell you, a lot of smart people do, including Jamie Dimon. This is a technology that can facilitate transactions in a much more seamless way. It does use these tokens to do so. If you believe in all that, this kind of piecemeal regulation and regulation by I guess enforcement action that the SEC has been doing is just not the way at it. Here's what we know, the latest of this, and it's some of the stuff that I've been picking up in the past, but it's starting to coalesce now with Gary Gensler, the new SEC chief, who's essentially looking not just at all this thing and looking to expand the regulation of it, but he's looking at ways to regulate it where it encompasses what the SEC can do and takes in a broad swath of the crypto market comes under his control. And one way I think is looking at doing it is through these crypto exchanges. You saw they brought a case against Coinbase recently. He wants to regulate the spot market on cryptocurrencies, and because he believes that just like the SEC has power, authority over spot markets in various securities, stocks, obviously, over the counter, it has some authority here, and it can essentially use its authority here to force these crypto exchanges to register with the SEC, to go through the process of formalizing everything, and so there's government oversight. At least that's what he's saying. But I will tell you this, Neil, the senators are reflecting what they're hearing from their constituents, including a lot of them in the crypto industry, that are going to Senator Toomey, as he was turning the screws a little bit on Gary Gensler yesterday, and saying, listen, we don't know how to comply with the law. The law is all over the place. These cryptocurrencies have aspects of stuff in them that looks like a security maybe, but it's also very much a currency. It's hybrid, and there are no sort of firm rules of the road, and we need guidance. And if you believe in this industry, which a lot of people do, the SEC has to step up and essentially get together with other regulators and figure out some sort of framework. I never thought I would say this as a libertarian market person, Neil, but maybe there's a need for another agency to look at this. Maybe the President's Working Group of those three agencies should be put together to create a separate agency that monitors crypto. And Hester Pierce, the crypto mom, the SEC commissioner, who's out in front on this, made some good points to me in a recent interview. She was saying, "Listen, Charlie, because we have all this sort of piecemeal regulation, the innovation is moving overseas in blockchain, and not only that, we need. Why don't we just call a timeout on this stuff and have a safe harbor where all these sort of cryptocurrencies, are not considered securities, they are considered currencies or something else, and this way we can sort through the problem, which is what we need to do is get the technology down and allow these sort of innovations to occur, because they're not occurring as fast as they should because of the sort of the loose. I mean, listen, this is gray area, right? I mean, I can make a case that Ethereum is a security because it was used to build out. Ether is a security because it was used to build, or Ethereum was created by securities, was used,
and Charlie,
was financed by
hasn't the train
securities.
already left the station? I mean, it's kind of hard to put the genie back, in the bottle here,
Well, every day there's innovation, and I have said that. Look at it this way: you had Bitcoin, number one. You had which financed some blockchains. You had Ethereum, which was financed through other cryptocurrencies, and then you got Ripple, and they stopped Ripple.
Yeah.
Ripple was the third biggest with XRP was its currency, and now they basically stopped that. The SEC is suing over that. So, it is stifling some degree of regulation, whether it's good or bad. I kind of think it's bad, but You know, they'll come out and say this is the Wild West. But it's interesting, though, if you look at what the point I was trying to make about Ethereum, when they created that blockchain, you know, they used securities to create it. They sold stuff to create it. So it's technically a security. But now it trades like a commodity. So what is it? Is it, I mean, should that be held to the same standard as Ripple? Yes, you would think. But then now they're saying Ripple is a little different because they're still financing it out, building it out. So whatever they use to finance it out is still a security. So this is the gray, weird area that we're dealing with. And it sounds like how many angels can dance on the head of a pin, but it's stifling a multi-gazillion-dollar industry, Neil. Back to you.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but you're so good at it. You're so good at it. I think I understood a fraction.
I'm a good BSer, huh?
No, I'm far from it. All right, Charlie Gasparino, thank you.